What's what's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome to another video. It's currently 3:05 a.m. on Friday the 17th of November, but we're going to be looking at Thursday's price action. This week's been very complicated, quite difficult in general. We traded pretty much in the same range on Thursday as we did Wednesday, so there seems to be a continued consolidation, and after consolidation we anticipate either an expansion or a reversal. So I think that's what we're going to witness on Friday today. But yeah, so I had my eyes on this fair value gap down here, but I don't believe price wants to trade into it. You can see we've touched it 3 times now, 1, 2, 3, and all the times we've been moving away from it. If that's the case, this is simply just going to be continuing to act as a bullish fair value gap, and then we can start to look for buy side targets to reach because of that. Now this order block here, which is the start of the move, is a target for me in terms of where price could draw up to, and obviously this swing low here as well would be a point at which price will likely want to draw up to. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark these levels out. And then we'll drop down to the 4 hour and have a closer look. Actually, before we do that, we do need to mark out the 50% level of this wick. And the reason for that is because if we are to remain bullish, then this wick should get respected at the 50% level, and we should move away from it in order to expand higher. If we disrespect it, then I'd expect this fair value gap to get filled. So now that these levels are marked out, we can see that 50% level of that wick, which is the lowest I'd want to see price reach if we are to expand higher, and then we can see the points at which I'm expecting us to find resistance. Now you'll notice that this is a breaker low which hasn't been traded to. This is not a breaker low. It is on a shorter term, but this is the breaker that created this move, as in high, low, higher, high, and then we've broken lower. So we just want to make that clear like that. The buy side liquidity was tagged, and then we aggressively move lower, creating this bullish order block, which we now want to see get returned to. So I'm actually going to get rid of this because I'd like to think that price could reach up into here, but obviously we'll have to see. Let's go to the 1 hour, and you can see all the consolidation that price is providing us. Also, we have a gap here. So this is an imbalance, a volume imbalance. Obviously it's been filled now, but look how volume is continuing to respect it. I think that's one thing we need to take note of, the fact that we're continuously respecting volume at this point. Volume is continuously respecting the midpoint of this gap. So again, and look how the gap lines up with that 50% level, and there's an order block. So if price comes out to here and shows a nice reaction, then I'd know that we can start buying dollar and selling on the pairs up into this range. Obviously, like I said though, if say this gives way and we trade through this, then I'd just simply expect us to run lower and potentially through this daily fair value gap. So let's go to GBP. I have been doing some back testing on GBP, but let me just sort that out. So here we are on GBP. As I was saying, if we're expecting higher dollar, we should then expect lower pound. So obviously we have this massive range, and we have a nice breaker here, low, high, lower, low, break. So that would be the level I'd like to see price reach. Now, if you've been watching my videos this week, you'll know that I have had these levels called out. I think it was on Tuesday before as a reach, but obviously Wednesday and Thursday have given us this heavy consolidation, whereby it looks it's really struggling to get there. But as you can see, we've been falling already. We have traded back up on a retracement, but yep, we're up to 50% of the range, and then we turned away from it. So it's almost like kissing these levels goodbye. So like pound showing significant weakness in terms of its downside. You can see how we just lightly grabbed this stop here, And we also traded the breaker here high. We can look at that in the 15-minute. There should be a breaker there, right here, and that's what we traded to, I believe. Yep. So that would have been a sell. Well, if this breaker is going to act as a breaker, this means that we shouldn't be going back above this level here, because that would have been a selling point, and put your stop loss above there. But yeah, obviously we're going to have some kind of rally before we break lower. So we do have a nice mitigation block here, high, low, lower, high break, making this a mitigation level. So price may want to mitigate itself here in the new day. Let's call it mitigation. But obviously we'll have to wait and see. But that's what I'd expect. In terms of the high being made, I'd want to see it get made here and then continue lower, running for this level I had marked out. But obviously we'll have to see. And then finally, let me just get the day drawn out. So we're already nearly at midnight, which is crazy, but yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But you can see how we're continuously respecting bearish PDA rates. Even this bullish order block turned bearish. You'll see how this level is being turned away at. So we're trading. This is a bullish order block. Look here, and you'll see how price has returned to it once, turned to it twice, and now we're broken lower. So let's just make that another color. But yeah, that's going to bring us to the end of GBP. Let's go to Euro. So you can see Euro's traded into the bearish order block. 1, 2, and then 3 grabbing stops. I think Euro's the only one that grabbed stops. GBP never. Dollar never. But Euro did. So Euro showing significant strength, which we need to be careful of. But the same thing. A rally up to create the high of the day, and then I'd like to see it aggressively trade lower. Where to? Well, if we go back to the daily, we have a swing high here and here. But this one I like the look of more. Now obviously we'll have to see how price acts once it gets in this range. And then let's take a look at Euro GBP. Depending on how weak Euro is, Euro might have to do some catching up, you see. But it may be possible that Euro GBP is trading up into these levels here. You can see how it's constantly reaching. So it looks like GBP is Euro is going to continue to show strength, and GBP will show significant weakness. Assuming we are going up here. But yeah, that's going to be everything, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.